never heard of a podcast about Garfield. I don't know what you're talking about.
John, could you relate this anecdote in greater detail?
No.
You're listening to Bear Friend Tea Party, a bunch of assholes pretending they have a podcast.
With us tonight, two of the great legal minds of our generation, Christopher Winter.
Hello.
And comically mismatched duo of by-the-books veteran police detective and a precocious but talented young rookie, Dr. Jonathan Bumpers.
Good evening.
I am the world's tallest building, J.Mullis from North Carolina. Tonight, we have a great program for you. On our program tonight, segment 1, reminiscing about funny moments from past episodes of Bear Friend Tea Party. Segment 2, great people with horrible hair. And segment 3, Christopher Winter ad-libs the inner monologues of various animals by request. But before we get into that, why don't we do letters and shit?
Letters and shit. Letters and shit.
Okay, you guys, this is the last time I'm doing this. We continue to get a lot of emails from our listeners writing in with their own listener-contributed life hacks ever since we did our segment on life hacks back in episode 00030.
Did we do a segment on life hacks?
Now, I just want to clarify for those of you on the podcast, this is a joke and these are fake emails. We did not do that segment. But yeah, this is the last time. These life hacks you guys are sending in are really terrible, and I'm not going to read any more of these, but I've got 3 more, and that's it. Please don't send any more of these in. But listener Christmas Time Forever writes in with the following life hack. He says, save time writing in elevator. Depress button indicating number that corresponds to the number of your desired floor. And then he says, count up from bottom. For instance, doctor's office on 4th floor.
So this is about a specific elevator.
That's good advice.
That's really textbook life hack there. And let's see, I got a couple more. Listener Disconcerting Mammal writes in with the following tip. He says, try wrapping the entire legs in duct tape.
That's a good life
I could have
hack.
really used that a couple weeks ago.
And one more, and this really is going to be the last one of these I read, because these are really terrible. I think that it's increasingly clear that you guys really completely missed the point of our life hack segment. But Occult Mummy, longtime listener Occult Mummy, writes in with the following tip. He says, dials in car indicating speed of vehicle, listening to audio cassette to pass the time.
That's not even a sentence.
And we really thank you guys for your contributions. And to reiterate, those were not real. The conceit of that segment was that we had done a segment on life hacks, and these were contributions.
Thanks for clarifying
by our listeners.
I was confused there. Well, before we move on, we did get a comment on the blog for, episode 00043, People Posing as Colonel Sanders. This comment is from listener nasty_umbrella2400. And she writes, this episode did not deliver on the in-depth, nuanced discussion regarding the rich history of Colonel Sanders impersonators I was hoping for. Unsubscribe 1000X.
Too true.
I wonder if you would end up resubscribed. If you unsubscribe twice, does it resubscribe you? I don't know.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works.
Yeah, I stopped reading the comments people left on the website because they were getting a little long-winded.
They are pretty long-winded.
That one's nice and terse, though.
Well, let's move on to corrections and addenda.
Agreed.
I did just want to mention something from Bearfriend Tea Party episode 00042, How High Are Your Roundhouse Kicks? Which should probably be said, How High Are Your Roundhouse Kicks?
Oh, yeah, that's how I read it.
Or How High Are Your Roundhouse Kicks? Anyway.
How high are your roundhouse?
Chris, during the segment 5 randomly selected topics in 5 minutes.
Great segment.
Let's see, on the question of what does it mean for jazz to be smooth? Chris, you made the statement, and I quote, "Jazz can be hot, it can be cool. Obviously, it must swing at all times. It should never be smooth." Ellipsis, in brackets. For jazz to be smooth means that it has become something crappy and other than jazz.
Yeah.
Strong
That
words.
sounds like something I would have said.
Yeah, so you stand by that statement?
I mean, in my defense, I was a lot younger when we recorded episode 00042, How High Are Your Roundhouse
Yeah, that was
Kicks?
like 6 months ago.
It was
But
about
yes.
6 months ago. Well, so the reason
You
I
were
bring
very
this
naive
up, Chris,
6 months ago.
I now have in front of me an email. An email which you sent to me, and also, I believe, Dr. Jonathan Bumpers and Daniel Leonard Beamish. This was an email, interestingly titled Addendum, and sent on August 3rd of 2007. And in this email, you, on the subject of Rahsaan Roland Kirk, you were saying, RRK snobs are always talking it down because it's not weird enough for them, but for my money, Rahsaan Roland Kirk and Jack McDuff on Kirk's work, man, that has got to be one of the smoothest, swinginest jazz albums ever.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you understand my confusion.
I mean, I think, Jeremy, you're correct that those are both statements I've made over the years. The thing that I think you're missing is that those statements are in contradiction to each other. The first indicated that jazz could not and should not be smooth, whereas the second implied that a smooth jazz album was a good thing.
Yeah, did you not notice
obviously
that,
both of those
Jeremy?
statements can't be true.
Come on.
Well, thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a contradiction there.
All right.
I appreciate you stepping up and clearing that one up for us. Clearing up any potential confusion.
My pleasure.
And that's all I got.
Let's see. I have one here. Okay. This is me.
We'll talk.
I did want to. Obviously, we're back home from after our big Seattle live show.
What a great
I want to
show.
thank all the fans who came out to support us. Think it was overall it was a good night. It was high energy. We had a lot of fun.
I'd like to thank all the groupies that I had sex with.
Yeah.
But we also did get overexcited, and I think we do need to acknowledge and apologize for a few of the things that happened that night.
Here we go.
I'm sorry to the city of Seattle for burning down the Space Needle.
Yeah, they was kind of asking for it.
We should not have done that. John, you should not have said that the Space Needle was basically just a big stupid building.
Big stupid penis, wasn't it?
I believe he said dildo, but
Oh, right, dildo.
He may have said...
Dildo.
No, that... We're not apologizing for that, obviously.
Oh no, obviously. I mean, that's part of the central message of our podcast. You know?
Is that the Space Needle was just a big dildo?
Yeah, we're not going to walk that one back.
But it should not have been burnt down.
Yeah, should have left the giant dildo standing. So sorry about that.
I mean, true. Yeah, that's.
But I think that's about all we have to apologize for, right?
I think that's all we have time to apologize
I'm sorry for saying that the core message of Frasier is fuck the Armenians. That is not the case.
Wasn't the core message.
Yeah.
There was more in the subtext.
Well, the core message is nihilism, right?
There are other legitimate interpretations.
Yeah. I should not have said that Mudhoney and Temple of the Dog are basically the same band.
Oh.
Yeah, you obviously meant to say Nirvana and Sir Mix-a-Lot, right?
You could make a case.
I have a small correction. On episode 00029, the John Hughes Ring Cycle, during our segment discussing the Gummy Bears cartoon, which was part of the Disney Afternoon, I stated that it was aired by the local Kansas City affiliate U62. That is actually a fictional television station from the movie UHF. I guess I regret the error.
All right, well, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Segment 1. Starting off with a lively segment reminiscing about funny moments from past episodes of Bear Friend Tea Party. I thought this could maybe be kind of a clip episode.
Okay. So we're done.
I have a couple, and I don't know if you guys... No, we're gonna
if these walls could talk,
we have
to like. So okay, I'm sorry. Let me back up. The reason this is funny.
Hold on, Jeremy. Is it funny?
Yes, it is. I can guarantee it. The reason this is funny is because.
Are we gonna dub it in later?
It's no. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. So it's because it's like kind of like playing off the fact that this podcast has already become so self-referential and navel-gazing, and it's like when I just take it to the next level and like just kind of talk about things we have done in the past on this podcast that we find funny.
How is that going to be?
And that in and of itself will be kind of funny.
That is already the entirety of our show.
All right, so I'll get us started. I remember this was back on our, I think it was like one of our, what is that noise?
Piece of pie.
Oh,
Not kind of late, ain't you?
Well,
this is a great way for people who are new to the podcast to start up, like, because they don't want to join in the middle and be like, oh, I don't understand all these old references. What are they talking about? You can jump in here.
No, this is just going to be like a little walk down memory lane.
I thought this was us reminiscing.
It's we're okay.
Why do we have to talk about every segment? Can't we just do the segment?
That's why it's taking so long.
Let's just do the segment.
Okay, I did not pause for questions. No, we're not taking questions. There's no questions. Okay, I'm going to give you I'm going to get us started. Okay. I remember back on this was a very funny.
Well, this is it, Nancy. How do you like it?
So this is where you've been every night since we got
Sure
married.
is.
Oh, Nicky, I thought you were...
Danny, but don't say it, Nancy. I know it's been hard, but I wanted to give you the swellest honeymoon a girl had ever had. We're going to Greece.
And swim the English Channel?
No. To ancient Greece, where burning Sappho loved and sang and stroked the wine-dark sea in the temple by the moonlight. Wa-da-doo-da.
What?
Back on, this was a very funny thing that I remember back from...
That's funny already.
I think this was episode 00002,
Oh, man.
Clay versus Walnut Cat Litter.
Long time ago.
It's like a very, very early episode, though, and this was a joke that John made that went, like, basically totally unacknowledged, but it was really, really funny to me.
As usual.
I mean, I wasn't on this episode, but Chris, you were talking about you had just gotten back from a trip to Canada.
True.
With your son, and I think you were talking about the fact that he had become violently ill.
Oh, I remember this.
Like thrown up a lot in this friends of yours house, like right when you got there. But the statement you made was like, you said like, well, we hadn't been there like even 8 hours before Tilo had covered their entire house with vomit. and then here's the funny thing. And then without skipping a beat, John says, "Oh, that's awesome. What, the outside?"
Right. Because that would be a lot of vomit.
And you just picture like your son like going around with like a bucket of vomit and like throwing it on the outside of your friend's house just to be a dick.
Or like painting it on, like a whitewash, only with vomit.
Yeah, but I thought that was a really funny thing that he said, which I don't think anyone even heard at the time, like because everyone was also talking at the same time.
It was quite a zinger. We used to do that back then. Do you remember back when we would always talk at the same time?
Those halcyon days of our podcast's youth. But didn't we reminisce about this on an earlier episode as well?
Quite possibly.
We can reminisce about the times Jeremy has remembered that moment.
I don't remember. It's something I often think about. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that we already reminisced about that.
Yeah, maybe I did, but I don't think it was on the podcast. All right.
Maybe it was an outtake.
The segment is not reminiscing about times Jeremy told that story.
Yeah, the segment is certainly not undermining things that people have just said. You're supposed to...
Well, that's every other segment of our podcast.
Every segment.
This segment is going really well.
It's like, do you do that in real life when someone's like, oh, John, remember that time at Worlds of Fun and you say like, yeah, we've already talked about that. we've already remembered that.
Well, if it's a Worlds of Fun anecdote, yeah, because those are always boring.
I don't believe that. All right, so
be that as it may.
You guys want to? I have one more. I only have two.
I mean, nothing. Jeremy, Bear Friend Tea Party is a serious podcast, sure, but there have been some funny moments. I think we all probably remember the time that John, through a series of accidents and misunderstandings, ended up having a date with two different women at the same restaurant on the same evening. That was
how could I forget about that?
It was a farcical situation.
Yeah, I had to wear a fake mustache for one of them. That was rough. Is that spirit gum, man? That stuff doesn't.
It was farcical. Easy. And you know what, Seattle? I'm not taking it back. Farces are stupid.
Oh, take that, Emerald City.
Yeah, that did not happen on our...
What? That's what they call themselves. The Emerald City.
Yeah?
It's their nickname.
How do I make my voice do this?
These are supposed to be real reminiscences, guys.
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell. You know, it seems like every previous time we've done
Jeremy,
this
I did my
best. Like, fake stuff. You know?
I really only had the one about John dating two women.
Yeah, and I didn't try at all.
Same time.
Okay, I've got one more.
And then I was gonna. Let's hear it.
This was really funny.
Yeah, do it.
The time when we were doing when Danny was doing his 50 fictional horses blitz quiz.
Classic segment.
Yep. And classic quiz.
And like we didn't know any of the horses, and it went on forever. But Danny was just playing it straight like the whole time, even though we were just guessing like a bunch of obviously wrong shit. But I really I thought it was really funny when like at one point like it was some random horse like like Sparkle Maine or something, and I guessed my guess was the band Danzig. And then like for some reason, like on that one, that was the one time when Danny said the band Danzig is correct. It was the one time he like he even like acknowledged.
That segment was surprisingly good.
Well, the one
listening
time
back
he played
to it.
along, yes, yeah. Well, yeah, and and as I recall, we were like 45 horses in, so you were not expecting it at that point. Thought that was a funny moment.
That was funny. Yeah, that good reminiscence.
It was well timed. It was well delivered.
You know what's a funny moment? This has happened several times. When we're recording the podcast and we're interrupting and undermining each other, and one of us is really trying to make the segment work, and the others are not, and then that person becomes like legitimately angry. And so you never know who it's going to be. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's Jeremy. I think it's been John and Danny before.
That describes literally every episode of our podcast.
Oh, like what about the time you were, John, when you were doing trying to do the Frito Bandito bit?
Oh, and don't even talk to me about that.
It took like 20 minutes for you to even get through your like.
Was going to be a
initial,
really good
like,
segment
paragraph that you had prepared.
And that's why that episode was never released.
I think that John was so frustrated after that first bit that his heart was no longer in it. He was broken.
Yeah, and the episode was forever scrapped, which is a real shame because I think that was the same episode that had the segment "Funniest Thing with Which to Replace the Tennis Ball" at a crucial moment of a very important tennis match.
It was. Yeah, that happened. Do you remember? I think it was episode 00030. Might have been 32. Which is still yet to be released. When I tried to do the segment "Match Wits with John Candy,"
that
which I had
disaster.
spent.
Yeah, that did not go well.
I had spent several. I had spent several hours preparing this elaborate play-along murder mystery featuring John Candy.
Yeah, well, we did it last at after 3 hours.
It was the last
recording.
segment of the night. And probably would have required a full hour to complete, which was poor planning on my part. And everyone undermined it.
Yeah, we did do that.
Oh no, it's never. That was the moment I stopped trying. that was after that segment. I was like, no, that's it. I'm never putting any effort into this podcast again.
One of those times when John and Danny just started having an unrelated side conversation.
One of those.
Yeah, it was
I think
weird.
so.
When
Generally,
I stopped
it's when
trying,
one of us completely stops. That's when someone else takes up the mantle.
I think you maybe started trying shortly after that, Jeremy.
It could be, but I'm not trying anymore.
Oh, hey.
Certainly true.
Hey, do you guys remember it was a kind of a right around Christmas episode when one episode Danny recorded while building his CD shelves. And then the next
Talk about
episode,
undermining.
He tried to record while installing a car
stereo. Yeah. That was excellent.
That was what made Jeremy quit.
That was really annoying.
Classic.
He was installing a car stereo.
Hey, do you guys remember when we started the segment we're doing right now?
I think
that was a good segment.
No, this is good.
That was a good segment. That was a good segment.
Yeah. Well,
I don't have anything more to reminisce about, though. I feel like that went pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm good.
Some good reminiscences.
Unless
anyone else has something.
Let's move on.
Segment 2, Great People with Horrible Hair.
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 Great people.
Great people with
Great people.
Great people.
Horrible hair.
Hair.
Great people with horrible hair.
Okay,
I can't think of any offhand.
Colonel Sanders? No.
He's not that great, and his hair seems
what about Albert
fine.
Einstein?
Yeah, he seemed
I
like
mean,
kind of
Einstein had weird hair, but
Einstein's a good.
horrible.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
I think you could call it horrible.
I mean, but his hair's
I think
kind
it
of cool.
counts. I think it counts. Oh yeah, it's interesting.
it's
that,
cool, but it's cool because it's so bad.
It feels like
Kind of.
what I'm realizing in doing, just talking about this segment is like it's horrible hair pretty much operates the same way as great hair. I mean,
Oh, interesting.
you know,
Yeah.
If the segment
it's
had
just
been like
notable hair.
average people with regular hair, that'd be easy.
No, we'll do that segment
There's
later
so
on.
many.
more like people with distinctive hair
And-
that you can bring to mind.
And that's the end of the segment. Great people
All right, good
with
segment.
horrible hair.
No, we can come up with some more. Come on.
George Washington,
Margaret Thatcher.
What?
Einstein.
That doesn't.
We said Einstein. That was the one that we said already. Jesse
Will
Eisenberg.
Really? You guys are just naming random people.
Rex Reed.
Rex Harrison.
Harrison Ford.
Henry Ford.
Ooh,
Henry Kissinger.
Henry David Thoreau. Anthony Michael Hall.
Hall's cough suppressants.
Fred Astaire, maybe?
Ginger Rogers.
She's got great hair.
Rogers and Hammerstein.
Hammerstein. MC Hammer. MC Hammer.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
MC
one.
Escher.
That's a good one. Young MC.
Ice Cube.
Gnarls Barkley.
Charles Barkley.
Now we're just naming hip hop artists.
Charles in Charge.
I stand corrected.
Hewlett Packard.
What? Martin Van Buren.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah. Good
Sally
one.
Hemings.
Sally Fields.
The Field and Stream.
It doesn't make
River Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Burning Phoenix.
Burt Reynolds.
Burning Man.
Burt, the Sesame Street character. Huh? I think that one's legitimate. Homer and Jethro.
Jethro Tull.
Yep. Bill Murray.
Homer Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Edgar Wright.
J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover.
Stanley Kubrick.
Very good. George H.W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
Dr. Demento. Coretta Scott King.
Don't get that one, but okay.
I don't know.
King size
Kingsley
mattress.
Amos. No, yours was better. King size mattress.
All right. Segment complete.
That segment went in some real weird directions there.
Well, I think maybe should have prepared a little.
It's not a bad idea.
Never been a better podcast.
The producers of BFTP Party wish to apologize for the following individuals not cited during the segment. Great people with horrible hair. Kurt Vonnegut, Abraham Lincoln, Marie Curie, Christopher Hitchens, Bob Ross, Mark Twain, Eleanor Roosevelt, Angela Merkel, and Carrot Top. We regret the oversight.
All right, segment 3. Christopher Winter ad-libs the inner monologues of various animals by request.
Wait, hold on a second.
No holding on. No.
Okay.
No holding on. No questions. No prelude. Chris, John, it's my segment. It's my segment.
Right.
Just let it go.
All right, do it.
Let's just do the segment. Come on. Christopher Winter ad-libs the inner monologues of various animals by request. Go.
Aardvark.
Parakeet.
God. Anteaters are such assholes.
Wait, are you the parakeet or the aardvark?
That was the aardvark. That was obviously an aardvark. That was obviously an aardvark.
Well, I mean, who's to...
I thought...
is it my turn now?
Yes, it's your turn. Go.
I'm gonna stick with parakeet.
Man, check out that other parakeet over there. I wonder what it's like to be him. Like, when I look at some leaves, is the green I see the same as the green he sees? Heavy.
Can I just jump in when it seems like you're struggling?
I thought that one was good.
Yeah, anytime.
Just whenever.
Yeah, whenever.
Elephant.
It's weird that Java and JavaScript are completely different programming languages. Now I'm going to dust myself with my trunk.
You were prepared for that one. Tardigrade.
I don't know what that is. Pass.
Oh, all right.
You lost a point there, John.
What?
Damn it. I didn't even know we were doing this. Ham sandwich.
I pass.
Man.
Ham sandwich, not an animal.
Damn it. I'm not very
You're
good at
down
this.
2 points. It's Jeremy's
2
move.
strikes, John.
Oh, man.
Oh, my move?
It's Jeremy's turn. It's Jeremy's turn,
okay.
John.
Rooster.
I wish I had some stuff to peck, like some chicken feed or something. Hey, I'm the rooster. You know what? I'm gonna get up whenever I want.
And you're a pro at this.
Your turn, John.
Trilobite.
Trilobite. I sort of. What? I mean, I'm a trilobite. What are trilobites even supposed to eat? Like, I guess evolution by natural selection should probably have programmed that into my genetic material. So I should just trust my instincts. I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm looking out for me this year.
Trilobites are doing it for themselves.
Bob the Trilobite.
Represent.
No, Devin the Trilobite.
Devin is a far superior name for a trilobite. All right, Jeremy, your turn. Devin the Trilobite.
Kitty cat.
Meow. Yeah, can't tell me where to shit.
Horse.
I wish I had some oats.
Repulsive slug.
Sometimes I disgust even myself. I wish some kid would just pour salt on me. I don't want to live like this. No one should have to live like this. How could a loving God create something like this?
Man, that was dark. Rhododendron.
Rhododendron is not an animal. That is 3 strikes. The segment is complete.
Way to go, John.
I always get those kingdoms mixed up.
I was running out of things to say.
You've been listening to the final episode of Bear Friend Tea Party.
Is it,
No, what is that? I've never even heard of that.
A podcast for tardigrades, by tardigrades.
Is it the beginning of the end?
About tardigrades.
Or is it the end of the beginning?
Don't forget to check out our Patreon page.
No. It's the end. Are we...
Hey, you guys. You know what I did today?
What'd you do?
You recorded a
I went
great
down to
podcast?
your local post office, and I took a big dump right on the floor, in the middle of the floor. You know,
Jeremy,
so like if you were trying to mail something, like it's gonna be real nasty because they take their time cleaning that shit up.
Yeah.
So you might want to check out stamps.com. Because with stamps.com, you can print like
official
totally
U.S.
legitimate
postage
looking
using only your
postage
computer and printer.
right on your computer with like your regular printer or something, I think. And if you sign up today, I'll give you a scale. and so check it out. Check it out, guys.
Mention our coupon code BEAR for that scale. Jeremy, you bring up a good point. You know, guys, it's election season. It's election season, and I don't know what your political views are, but a lot of people, whatever your views, people are trying to scare you. They're trying to scare you out there. There's a lot of groups trying to turn Americans against one another, trying to persuade us to hate each other rather than love. And I think it's important that people know we don't need to be afraid of each other. We don't need to be afraid of white people, black people, the police, the fire department, Republicans, Democrats. We really don't need to be afraid of anything in this country except Africanized honeybees. Because they're here now, they've crossed our borders, they're moving north from Texas, from Oklahoma, from Georgia. Before you know it, they will be in the Dakotas, and that's why you take your life into your hands when you go to the supermarket. So wouldn't you be better off subscribing to Blue Apron? They will deliver.
Chris, I just have to jump in here. I'm getting some late breaking news here. It turns out, like, at the post office in your neighborhood, there is like a dude sitting in his van, and he's just like, he's sitting there with like a rifle, and he's just like fucking shooting people, women and children and men alike. Like, as they try to enter the post office, he's just picking them off. There is a river of blood, and it is like, you do not want to go to the post office now. And if you sign up for stamps.com, I think that's the website, just like, it's something about stamps.
Jeremy, I hate to interrupt, but, you know, when you're running for your life, you know, whether it be from deranged maniacs on a shooting spree or Africanized honeybees, you know, it's really difficult to run if you don't have comfortable underwear. Well, that's where MeUndies has you covered. Because if you go to MeUndies.com and enter the promo code BearFriends, you can get, I don't know, like a free pair of underwear, I guess? I don't know. And then it's going to be, you know, it's going to be much harder for those Africanized honeybees to sting you on your penis. Because it's going to be covered. It's going to be covered by that nice, soft, comfortable pair of elegant satin MeUndies underwear.
How often has this happened to you? Because I know it happens to me all the time. Your post office is full of shit and psychopaths. There are Africanized honeybees in your backyard. Your penis is exposed. You look in the mirror and you say to yourself, I don't want to continue living. How could a benevolent God create a world like this? I just want to slit my own wrists, lie down on a mattress, and die. I go to the drugstore to buy some razors to slit my wrists. You gotta find the guy to open the cabinet. You gotta... it's ridiculous.
God,
and then you go home, the razors are too dull. They're not even good.
That's the worst.
What you want to do...
Yeah?
You get some Harry's razors, slit your wrist, lie down on a Casper mattress.
So I was just gonna say.
What else should we advertise?
Snickers. Dull the pain of living. I think that's a good slogan. That's a good slogan, right?
Yeah.
All right, good episode, guys.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, let's release it.
Chromium switch here.